Hello, yeah, this video has been a long time coming. I should have done it a while ago, but it's been quite busy over the last couple of months, and just haven't been able to get around to it. But it's always been on my mind to get it to get a video up regarding this topic. So yeah, I went to the Bristol HiFi show in February 25, and I sat here thinking the other day the amount of Rega products that I saw at the show, not only on demonstration in their own room, but also being used by other manufacturers as part of them demonstrating their own products. And this was the same as well. You saw other manufacturers like Exposure, for instance, were another British manufacturer. They had their own room, and also their products were seen in other rooms as well, as part of other manufacturers' demonstrations. So yeah, it was an interesting day out, and one that I really enjoyed. But this video specifically, I want to recall some of the rooms that I saw and some of the Rega products I saw on demonstration. First of all, the actual Rega room. Yeah, I've just added there some photos that I took of my visit to the Rega Room, and it was really a thoroughly enjoyable visit as well. Just for me to go through some of the products there, we had the new latest version of the Rega Brio integrated amplifier. So that's the Mark 7 version of the Rega Brio, priced at £799. The turntable was the Rega Planer 3 RS edition, £999. It included the ND5 moving magnet cartridge. That's from the latest range of moving magnet cartridges that they've introduced. And also the Neo Mark II power supply. So, and that was with the turntable, £999. The speakers were the Rega Aya speakers at £1,499. Now, I thought the system sounded really, really very nice. I spent a bit of time in there listening to what was being played. Bear in mind, this is like an exhibition, so people were coming in and out of the room all the time, and it's difficult to really get your sound, I suppose, sounding exactly as you would like. The conditions are not always ideal, but fair play to all the manufacturers that really worked hard to try and get everything sounding as optimum as possible. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed what I was hearing, and the sound I was hearing from that system. I thought it sounded very good. Really good to see the Rega Brio Mark 7. From what I could see, the quality and the finish was superb on that particular amplifier. It would be good to see, in future, it would be good to see Rega introducing a pair of speakers which are sort of more in line with the £799 Brio and the Rega Planer 3 RS at £999. Maybe a set of speakers in the range of £800 to £1,000 would be good. I remember some time ago, well, I still have them here in a different room. I have a pair of Rega RX3 speakers, and at that time you could buy the stand mount version of those speakers, because the RX3s are floor standers, and you could buy the RX1, which is a stand mount speaker, and that would have sat in really nicely alongside, you know, in terms of the price range, and kept everything then around about the same price. But having said that, you know, well done to Rega. I thought that they produce a really, really nice sound from that room with what they had demonstrating. So yeah, just moving on. Thanks. Yeah, I just showed a photograph there of my visit to the Acoustic Energy Room. Now, I've always enjoyed visiting the Acoustic Energy Room and listening to their speakers. I do like the sound that they produce. And in this system, they had a Blue Sound Node streamer, which was being used as a transport because the DAC there was the Rega DAC and a Rega Ethos amplifier. So this was the speakers were the Acoustic Energy AE309 Mark II. These are the ones that have been recently introduced and sort of replaced the Mark I version. And yeah, I mean, it's been almost completely reworked, I think, the speaker, and the system itself sounded really, really good. Now the speaker has a soft dome tweeter, Tetron tweeter, which is kind of derived from the Corinium project. Now the Corinium speakers are their flagship speakers, which are obviously cost a lot more money. The mid bass driver, for instance, is constructed of paper, coconut, fiberglass, and you know, the overall sound that I remember from that was a very smooth, very full, deep sounding sound with a very rich sounding mid-range, and I really like that. I think I've always sort of leaned towards preferring a system with that sort of richness and fullness in the mid-range, and that for me is where I get a lot of enjoyment. Speakers are 89 dB sensitivity, is 6 ohm impedance, so shouldn't be, you know, shouldn't be difficult to drive at all. It should be quite easy to drive. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed what I was hearing from that room. So yep. And the next then is, yeah, we went into this room, and wow, this was really, really very enjoyable. This was a Lynn Stanley recording. Now, Lynn Stanley is an American singer, very, very talented singer. And this was her album, A Tribute to 1924. And here we had the Rega P10 with the Rega Aria Mark III phono stage, the Rega Ethos amplifier, and a pair of Spendor A7 speakers. And I got to listen to that system playing the vinyl version of her record, A Tribute to 1924, and it really sounded really, really very, very good. The mastering engineer for the album was Bernie Grundman. Yeah, I just thought I'd show another sort of room where Rega products were being used as well. But yeah, album sounded excellent, very enjoyable, and I'm glad I visited that room. I really enjoyed what I was hearing from that system. Yeah, and another room I visited was the Fyne audio room. They had their Fyne 501S floor standing speakers. These quite large speakers with quite large drivers, and what was part of the system was a Rega P8 turntable with the Aria Mark III phono stage. The amplifier in use was the Rega Ethos, and there was also a Rega Saturn Mark III CD player there as well. I was really impressed with what I was hearing, given the size of the room, the size of the speakers. I found that the system sounded very controlled, dynamic but controlled. There was a lot of grip on the sound, and I was very much engaged with what I was hearing. So that was another good room to visit and to listen to. So it was possibly Rega products elsewhere. I can't recall now off the top of my head where they were, but those were some of the highlights of the show. I'll do further videos regarding the show as well, focusing on maybe other manufacturers. But for now, yeah, thanks for watching the video, and bye-bye.